welcome. Diamond Dynasty Renaissance Sports Club broadcast. Still getting the feel of the game after a few weeks. Had a 16-6 debut season. Moved up to the all-star level, wasn't too bad. Not had much success here in the second season, 1-4 so far. ERA's pretty low, down in the 2s. It's not hitting the ball too well, but I'm still getting the feel of it. A lineup set here. Shuffle through the classic stadiums. I think the rotation now is at the Polo Grounds, actually. Randomize the month. Randomize the broadcast. Got Giambi in the 5th spot, likely a platoon player. If there's a left-handed pitcher, I'll go with Pujols or Bagwell more than likely. The only guys hitting real well so far are Garvey. Gary Carter's been surprisingly effective. Just have to see how it plays out. See what kind of lineup we got here. Good lineup. Not loaded.
We are under the lights this evening as we get you set for another edition of baseball on MLB Network. It'll be Diamond Dynasty action this evening between the Zombies and the Reds. Live baseball here on MLB Network, and it comes your way next. And that'll bring up Aledmys Diaz. He'll get us started in this one under the lights.
Second baseman, Aledmys Diaz.
And a cold strike on the game's first. Pitch as we bring you this. The windup and the 0-1. There's a knee-high pitch that catches the zone.
Two tough pitches. Looking at both of them, they're both the same pitch, it looks like, in the same location. He just wasn't ready for it. You got to be ready for anything now.
Oh, a big curveball swung on and missed, and the leadoff man is retired to start out the game. Here's Daniel Murphy now.
Daniel Murphy.
Into the windup and the pitch. And this is popped high in the air back behind short. Bregman takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the second out. Settling in now, Jeff Bagwell. First chance for him here in the top of the first with nobody on.
Nope.
And he'll look at a fastball that doesn't miss by a whole lot. It's 1-0. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Fastball misses away here. It's 2-0. Very weakly on the ground. Throw to Giambi will be in time, and with that, the inning will come to an end. Now at the plate, Roberto Alomar.
Steve, good movement on this guy. Got to be careful. Got to be patient, not mess around and swing it a bit.
He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first.
Second baseman, Roberto Alomar.
Too low, 1-0. Into his windup, here comes the 1-0. A swing and a miss on a ball that jammed him.
I got 1 ball, 1 strike.
Here's the 1-1 delivery. And he gets a piece of it here, but it's chopped foul. 1-2, here it comes. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Into the windup. Here comes the 2-2 pitch. Tapped up the first baseline. That goes foul, so he stays alive with 2 strikes.
Well, he's out in front of that breaking ball right there. Not surprised. That was after that fastball. Nice job of pitching, kind of keeping him off balance.
Again, he sends it out of play.
Well, that's back-to-back breaking balls. He's able to foul that one off. Will they come back with a third?
The 2-2 one more time. Chopped foul wide of first.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Ready with another 2-2. Swing and a looper to left. Murphy over to his left. 1 down. Into the box, Tony Gwynn, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. First offering on its way. And now for the second batter in a row. This is in the air out to left field. And he will make the play out there, and there are 2 away now.
Batting third.
That'll bring up the 2-time All-Star MVP, Steve Garvey. First cuts for him here with the bases open and 2 away. Hit to short. Bogarts has it. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Stepping into the box, George Brett. He'll look to get something going here in this scoreless ball game.
George Brett.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And this one's chopped foul right at home plate. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And they run one in on him here as this is on the ground to second base. Throw to first will be in time, and there's 1 gone here to start the second. In now, Mark Trumbo. He'll get to take his first cuts here.
Mark Trumbo.
Into the windup and the pitch. And that misses ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he falls behind now, 2-0.
Gets squeezed by this umpire a little bit.
2-0 count and the pitch. Down low, and the plot thickens here. 3-0.
Sitting 3-0 right here. I wouldn't be surprised to see him turn him loose and give him the green light.
Here's the 3-0 pitch. A fastball right down the middle for a strike.
Pretty good pitch to hit there that he let go. I know it's early and probably wanting to run his pitch count up, but he may not get another pitch like that to swing at the rest of the game.
On a good pitch there as he had him fooled badly, and it's a full count now, 3-2.
Well, that's not a good pitch for him to hit. Look, this fella's got so much power, but you gotta bring the pitch into the zone. Chasing that one there, right there, I'd go back and throw it to him again.
And this is fouled at the plate. He'll try it again, 3-2. High fly ball out to straightaway center. Kane is under it. And he makes the catch for the second out. So digging in now, Tony Gwynn. He'll work on keeping this top of the second alive. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hit out towards second. Alomar fields it cleanly. Throw on to Giambi, takes care of him, and the inning is over. At the plate, Harmon Killebrew. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game. First delivery to him on the way. Tough slider down low for a strike. Now the pitch. In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. And now a pitch on the way. And that sinking fastball didn't sink. It stayed high. Pitch on the way. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2.
That's a good take on that fastball there. You know he's looking for something up there to drive, but that was just a little above his happy zone. Not everyone has the discipline to hold back on those.
The 2-2 one more time. Never tempted to swing at that ball down low. It's ball 3.
I understand pitching carefully to this guy in the box, but the man on deck doesn't represent any relief either. He's going to have to go after one of these guys.
And a changeup swung on and missed for the first out. So stepping in, Jason Giambi.
Jason Giambi.
And that pitch catches the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. And this is fouled back and out of play.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
Fastball. Whoa, look out. That just about got him in the coconut. Now here's the pitch. And this is going to be a foul ball.
I like the pitch right there. 2-strike fastball out of the zone. See if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time. See if he chases it again.
And another foul ball. Another 1-2 delivery. High in the air out to center field. Quinn moves over. And that's the second out of the inning. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He'll try to make something happen with 2 gone in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss on the slider, 0-1. Lifted in the air out to center field. Quinn moves over, makes the catch, and that'll retire the side. Stepping into the box, Xander Bogaerts. 7-8-9, bottom of the order set to go here in the third.
Bogaerts.
Grounder down the line at third. This is foul for the first strike. sent in the air out to straightaway center. Kane is under it. Looks it into his glove, and there's one gone. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann.
Brian McCann.
Infield in the overshift here. Now the pitch. On the ground to the right side. Alomar has it. On to first, and McCann is retired here for route number 2. Digging in, Dave Steve. This guy's still looking at a 0 in the hit column. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
That right there, Matt, may be the best pitch in baseball. I don't know why people don't throw that high fastball more. It is so difficult for a hitter to raise your hands up and try to get on top of that ball. And before you do all that, it's by you.
And he just ramps up and gears the fastball by him. 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And a neck-high fastball that time. Ready on 1 and 2. To third. There is Killebrew. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired.
Cruising along, but I got the bat in the ball here.
And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits next. He'll get us going in the home half of inning number 3.
Carter.
Bounce towards the mound. This gets foul. It's 0-1. 0-1. Here it comes. Up and in here as he had to bend out of danger. And he takes ball 2, and it's 2-1. He's fallen behind now, 3-1.
You know, when you haven't gotten a guy on base yet in the entire game, a 3-ball count kind of feels like a little mini rally. Let's see if he can get on.
And good patience exercised as he works out the walk to lead off the home half of the third. Striding in, Alex Bregman. First chance for him here with a man on following the leadoff walk. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1. 1-0 pitch on the way. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner.
On 2-0, you can bet he's looking for a fastball that he can turn on and drive. Might be thinking about picking on that big hole between first and second.
And he'll lay the fastball in here to get the count back to 2-1. In the air now, out to left. Murphy on the move, but he can't make the play as it finds the outfield grass. Carter rounds third and is digging for the plate. The run comes across to score, and they jump ahead 1-0. Stepping up to the plate, Jack McDowell.
Jack McDowell.
Here comes the first pitch. Now a bunt attempt here. Brett scoops it up, a throw to the plate, and he will beat the throw to McCann, safe at home plate. Ready for another chance? Roberto Alomar. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. From the stretch. And look out as that one ran in and got him. Digging in for his second at-bat, Tony Gwynn. 0 for 1 here in the early going. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. On the ground to second base. This could be 2. 1 there. On to first, and there were 2 down. And he is in there. At the plate, Steve Garvey. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Into the windup and the pitch. This is line to left. That gets down, and the inning continues. Around second now and headed for third. And he'll make it to second base now with 2 gone. Man at second here with 2 away. And here is the killer, Harmon Killebrew. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swing and a miss, and he's behind 0-1.
Now that is power. You want to challenge me? I'm giving him a big swing. That was the big swing right there. I loved it.
Here comes the 0-1. Oh, and he misses it. And the recovery's too late as he's able to beat the throw to first. Riding in once again, Jason Giambi. 2 on, 2 out for him here in the third. He's set. Here it comes. There's a sinker that didn't sink enough, just missed high.
Well, that sinker is normally a really important pitch for him, but it really hasn't been effective so far. It just looks kind of flat.
Swinging a ball yanked down the right field line. And a fair ball as this one gets to the wall. In to score, the runner from third. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Lorenzo Cain. He flew out in his last at-bat. Line drive to center field. Quinn is there, and he puts it away to stop the bleeding. Now at the plate, Aledmus Diaz. He'll try to get it going here to begin the fourth. Into the windup and the pitch. Line, but speared on a hop. Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the fourth. Digging in to try it again, Daniel Murphy. He's 0 for 1 thus far. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate.
Matt, I tell you what, I love how he's pitching right now. He has continued to pound that first pitch for strikes. When you do that, you set yourself up for great success.
Fastball that time is nowhere close, and it's even at 1-1. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Lifted in the air out to left field. Garvey is there. And that's the second out of the inning. Now at the plate, Jeff Bagwell comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch of the at bat. Oh, right back to him on the mound. And he'll toss this one on to first as they're kept off the scoreboard again in the inning. And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits next. No official at bat for him, but he has scored a run in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. And he's set down, 1 away. Stepping in, Alex Bregman. It was an RBI triple for him in his first at-bat. First pitch on its way. Swings through the slider there. Bases are empty, 1 man out. Skied into straightaway right. Trumbo has a read on it. 2 gone. So striding in, Jack McDowell. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. On the ground to the left side. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Into the box now, George Brett. He'll start things out as we begin the fifth.
Third baseman, George Brett.
Here's the first pitch to him. Lifted the other way out to left center. Garvey sprinting after it. He gets there to make the play for the first out of the inning.
Right fielder.
At the plate, Mark Trumbo. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's the first pitch to him. First pitch fastball off the plate there, and it's ball 1.
His pitch count is in a really good place at this point in the game. He's pounding the zone and getting first pitch outs just like he did on the last guy. We might see him work deep into this game if he keeps this up.
Had him lunging at that pitch away, and it's 1-1 now. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. And he swings on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
Well, he got a piece of that breaking ball right there. That's the second one he's seen in a row now, and he fouled that one off. Let's see if he comes back with a third one. 3 in a row.
And that's high for a ball. It's 2-2. Even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. And now this ball's lifted in the air down the right field line, but this will get back into the seats, so the count holds at 2-2. And this is swung on and missed, so it's 2 up, 2 down to start the fifth.
Now batting.
Into the box now, Tony Gwynn. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Little tapper down the first baseline. That rolls foul for strike 1. 2 out, nobody on. Softly hit out to short. Throw to Giambi will be in time, and with that, the inning will come to an end. Digging in the switch hitter, Roberto Alomar comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game.
Roberto Alomar.
Just does manage to get a piece there as this is bounced foul. Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and he went fishing in the dirt. McCann has it, and he makes the throw to first. Alomar is retired, and there's one away.
Right fielder number 19.
Digging in once again, Tony Gwynn. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. Into the windup and the pitch. Here's a sinker to start him out, but he wouldn't bite. It's ball 1.
That's an interesting pitch right there. Let's see if that throws him off a little bit. He's been on a pretty good roll. He can't let it upset him. Just get back in the groove right here.
Here's a ball lined into left center, and that's over the head of Bogarts at short for a base hit. Ready once again, Steve Garvey. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And that one stayed too low, apparently. Runners on the move for second. Pitch is a cold strike. The throw, the tag, and he is out at second. And a slider misses here. 2 balls and a strike.
Well, Matt, if I use the cliche, it's not how you start, how you finish, it would apply right now. A couple innings ago, he had a rough inning. Didn't look good. But now he's starting to settle in a little bit better. He may be able to get through this thing.
Trumbo coming on. He's there to track it down, and that'll end the inning. Here's Xander Bogaerts now. They'll try and get things started as we begin inning number 6.
Shortstop, Xander Bogaerts.
He's ready. Here's the first offering. And there's a pitch that just misses the inside corner. Well, it's been a good outing so far, but he hasn't really racked up the strikeout totals that you might think, Dan.
Yeah, it amazes me how every game you pitch can be so different, Matt. Sometimes it feels like guys can't touch you and you're just punching everyone out. But other times you don't have your good stuff and you really rely on movement and location to get outs. That's been the case for him today, and it's really working.
Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Here's a look over to first, and the runner back in standing. Hit in the air out to right. Quinn ranging back, but he can't get to this one. It's off the wall, and that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
The pitcher, number 30.
Ready for another chance? Dave Steve. He's 0 for 1 thus far. He comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Tries to bunt his way on here, but this is a foul ball. And no surprise to see the pitcher squaring around as he gets this one down. The second for 1, on to first to complete the double play. And that'll bring up Aledmys Diaz. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. First pitch coming. Here it is. Chop foul at the plate. Strike 1.
That's a huge double play. You had a chance to have some runners in scoring position with less than 2 outs. Now all of a sudden you got to run at third base with 2 outs. This is where the hitters got to lock in and say, I'm picking us up anyway.
And that's through into left, a base hit. And the runner from third scores as they try to work their way back into this one. Here's Daniel Murphy now. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. From the stretch, here's the pitch. Sends that one out of play for strike 1. Down and away, ball 1.
And the reason he's working away so much here is because he's got that big hole on the right side of the infield to worry about. With the first baseman holding the runner on, it's always smart to pitch into the defense you have behind you.
A breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 2.
I'm pretty surprised by the location on those last 3 pitches. The book on him is that he hits the away pitch pretty well, and he just saw 3 in a row out there.
So does he go back out there again?
No, Matt, I expect him to mix it up. Most catchers won't fall to the same location over and over and over.
Well, I think he's trying to get that 2-strike fastball out of the zone. Just caught too much of the plate right there. Fortunately, he fouled it off instead of putting it in the seats.
Swing and a little blooper to center. Alomar is there, and the side is retired. Stepping in and ready for another shot, Harmon Killebrew. He's 1 for 2 in the ball game.
Harmon
Into the windup and the pitch. Hit in the air to shallow center. Quinn moving forward. He's got it 1 away. Trying to pick things up where we left off. Jason Giambi 1 for 2 with a double on the ledger so far. Infield shifted well to the right. Here's the first pitch. Off the plate and low here, ball 1. Big swing and a miss at the changeup. A ball and a strike.
Beautiful changeup. Got him out front with that swing right there. That's what a changeup will do. Just keep you off balance.
And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. But this will get foul. It's a ball and 2 strikes.
Well, that was a pretty good swing right there. Tough changeup. Back-to-back changeups. He fouls it off. Now you get the pitch you want, because I can't see him throwing another changeup right here.
Lays off. 2-2 now. All even at 2-2. Here it is. Look out. Don't want to hit him there. It's full 3-2. Lorenzo Cain will be next. Something has to give. Here's the payoff pitch. Hit hard down the right field line. But that's a foul ball.
Oh, he saw that changeup really nice. He just wasn't able to keep it fair.
The next 3-2. And another pitch is hit foul as the battle continues here. Locked in a good battle. Here comes another one. Swinging a hard hit ball down the line in right. But that'll be off the right field wall. In now is Lorenzo Cain. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Here's a line drive, and that's going to get down. And it's going to be trouble. In fact, big trouble as they struggle to get to this thing. Giambi is on his way home. The runner from first crosses the plate. And he will make it all the way around the bases. It's an inside-the-park 2-run home run. Digging in to try it again, Gary Carter. 0 for 1 with a run scored thus far. Here comes the first pitch. Takes this the other way to right. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out base hit. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. He tripled earlier, making him 1 for 2 in the ballgame. First offering on its way. Takes a knee-high fastball.
You know, Matt, sometimes guys throw too many strikes. Listen to this. 70% of the time in the game, he's throwing first pitch strike to the hitters, and yet he's still struggling. Maybe he's got to move it off the plate, relocate, or maybe reach back for a little extra, but man, they're all over him right now.
Ready for another shot now. Jack McDowell. 0 for 2 with a run batted in for him thus far. He's set and the pitch. Trying to give himself up here, but this is foul, so the runners will return. The 0-1 pitch. Showing bunt, but he winds up taking ball 1.
Hey, a great decision there to pull back. Step number 1 in getting a sacrifice bunt down, make sure you bunt a pitch that you can handle.
Only plays to first, so the pitcher does his job as it's a successful sacrifice. Digging in once again, Roberto Alomar. 0 for 2 on his line thus far. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And this is fouled back and out of play. Here's the 0-1. And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Here's the 1-1 delivery. Out of play off to the right. Now a pitch runs in on him here, and all he can do is flare one foul off to the right side. Here's another 1-2. A little bouncer, but that one rolls foul. Line toward the gap in left center. And the runner from third crosses the plate. That's in there. Base hit. They're going to extend their lead as the runner scores from second. It's an 8-1 ball game. Digging in, Tony Gwynn. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. Striding in once again, Steve Garvey. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. He's ready. Here's the first offering. And that sinker misses at the shoe tops. Ball 1. He's ready. Here's the 1-0. A high fastball is in there. Look into McCann, the 1-1. And this is taken for a called strike. Oh, that's a tough call. Now 1-2.
He's looking pretty passive here, hitting with a chance to drive in a run. Gonna have to make something happen with 2 strikes now.
Tapper up the line. 4 runs here in this half inning. And he strikes him out here, so he's able to stop the bleeding a bit as this side is retired. Back here at the Polo Grounds along the Harlem River. 7th inning straight ahead, but first let's take a look at the game summary for the first 6 innings of baseball.
Leading off for Houston.
Ready once again, Jeff Bagwell. It's been an 0-for-2 effort for him to this point. First pitch hacking here, and that's the first strike.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat. Right now, pitcher's got the advantage.
Grounded to third. And the throw to first is in time, so the leadoff man is gone here to start inning number 7.
How about him?
At the plate, George Brett. He's 0-for-2 thus far in this one. Into the windup and the pitch. And here's a ball hit in the air. Garvey moving in. He can't get to it. This one's down. Here's Mark Trumbo now. He's 0-for-2 with a strikeout in this one.
Mark Trumbo.
From the stretch. Fouled back. Now the 0-1. Now he gets on top of one here and chops it foul right at home plate.
I think a big reason why he's been so effective in this one, that he's been just about getting ahead of every hitter. Seems like every one of them are 0-2, 1-2, and it's just about every at bat. And when that's the case, your chances of getting a good pitch to hit are way worse.
Ready to deliver the 1-2. Now a fastball, but that's easy to lay off, and it's back to even at 2-2. And he'll stay alive here, but just barely as this ball's chopped foul at the plate, and the count holds at 2-2. Set to deal on 2-2. Here's a ball skied in the air near the line, back behind first. And Giambi will take this one in for route number 2. Stepping up now, Tony Gwynn. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. First offering on its way. And a neck-high fastball that time. A fastball that just misses inside.
Well, he's got a base open to use right here, and it looks like he might not be afraid to do that by the way he's pitching him.
The 2-0 on the way. This is on the ground over to first. And Giambi will take this one to the bag. A 3 unassisted, and the side is retired. At the plate, Harmon Killebrew. They'll start things out here in the bottom of inning number 7. First pitch on its way. This one's blooped out toward right center field. Trumbo is there. And that's the first out of the inning. Digging in and looking for more.
First baseman, Jason Giambi.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. High pop-up. Calling for it, Bagwell. 2 down. Coming to the plate now, Lorenzo Cain. You remember he motored around the diamond for an inside-the-park home run last at-bat. Lifted into the air out towards center field. Quinn moves over, and that ends the inning. Striding into the box, Xander Bogaerts. He'll have the first crack at it here as we start inning number 8.
Xander Bogaerts.
Into the windup and the pitch. Line to the right side. And that'll get down for a base hit. So he goes after the first pitch, and it's early trouble here this half of the inning. And this will wind up a closer play than I thought, but he's in there with 2 bases. Here's the catcher, Brian McCann. He singled in 2 trips to the plate.
Your attention, please. Now
So with a
pitching.
left-handed hitter waiting, they'll go to their own left-hander out of the bullpen. First pitch on its way. Fouled straight back. The 0-1 delivery. A swing and a miss at the big curveball.
Well, that's 2 strikes at the knees, and now you find yourself 0-2. I tell you, he's throwing the ball so well, you got to set your sights down low and look for any pitch down.
Now a little pop-up off toward the third base side, and this is going to wind up a foul ball. Ready on 0-2. Swung on and missed. Really fooled him that time for the first out.
Now batting.
Now at the plate, Dave Steve. Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. Swing and a miss that time. It's 0-1.
Boy, he juked him out of his shoes with that changeup. Stood almost no chance of doing anything with it, but it probably looked good coming in.
On its way, the 0-1 pitch. Here's a little chopper up the middle. Bregman fields it cleanly. Throw gets him. 2 down. And that'll bring up Aledmus Diaz.
Now batting.
Singled homer run in his last time up.
Aledmus Diaz.
He's set. Here it comes. And he takes ball 1. One 0 count. Here it is. There's a swing and a high pop-up. Killebrew is there for it, and that's the 3rd out. And the Hall of Fame catcher Gary Carter hits
Leading off
next.
for the Reds.
A hit in 2 tries so far.
Gary Carter.
Hit the other way out toward right field. Trumbo has a read on it. 1 down. And that'll bring up the former first-rounder Alex Bregman. 2 for 3 for him so far, including a triple. And this is popped up. Back behind second, Diaz. Ranging into the outfield. 2 gone.
Now batting.
In now, Jerry Blevins. He's getting his first plate appearance here in the 8th after entering off the bench just a little bit ago. Right side. A dive, but he can't get it. It's through into the outfield. Digging in the switch hitter, Roberto Alomar. He's working on a 1 for 3 thus far. First pitch coming. Here it is. Right over the middle, knee high. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Hit in the air out to center field. Quinn on the move. He makes the play, and that'll end the inning. Joe Smith comes on to start the inning, and he'll have a huge lead to work with. Stepping into the box, Daniel Murphy. He'll try and do what he can to work toward cutting into this big deficit.
Daniel Murphy.
And this ball's going to find the seats down the left field line. Foul, strike one. Ready with the 0-1 pitch. Chopped weakly to the left. Bregman has it. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway. Now batting, Jeff Bagwell. He was a ground-out victim last time up. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Swung on and missed. Outclassed by that fastball for a strike. 0-1 pitch on its way. Line towards center field. Kane is there. 2 gone. Stepping into the box, George Brett. Last time through was a base hit. Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Trying to work that slider to the outer half, but it misses 1-0. Got him to swing at a pitch below the knees. 1-1. He's set. Here comes the 1-1. Had him guessing that time as he's barely able to foul it away. Has them down to their final strike. Here it comes. And this is going to be a foul ball. And now those that have stuck it out tonight come to their feet. Another one sent foul. Bases are empty here with 2 men out. Now a flare out toward right center. Alomar onto the grass. Makes the catch, and that's the ball game. Well, we watched a really solid starting pitching performance, kept the opposition at bay, and as a result, he's our top player of the game.
Hey, look at the numbers. This is what you want from your starting pitcher. He gave him 7 strong innings and sets things up perfectly for the bullpen to seal the deal. Very good job out there.
Guy played a solid game. I mean, he tried to put the bat on the ball and to build up his team a little bit. But, other than that, it looked pretty good.
Here now is our final line score. First for your victorious home team. 8 runs on 12 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. For the visitors, 1 run, 5 hits. No errors. They left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 16 minutes. Thanks for joining us this evening. And please drive home safely.
Good game. That's about it. All right, so that's it for today's FC broadcast. See you next time.